Hi everybody, it is April and I am in my craft room. This is kind of a different video today. I have a couple things that I want to show you all, and I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my channel because I have 1,000 subscribers. I'm very excited, yay. I've been working towards this probably since in the summer. So I finally reached 1,000. Very excited, and of course it's my subscribers that watch my videos and subscribe to my videos that I can thank for this awesome achievement. That being said, this is kind of a show and tell. So the first thing I want to share this first. This is a gift that I made for a very dear friend of mine, and I finally finished it today. It's for Christmas, but you know, it's only a few days late. So this is a panel, and I'm not sure how well you can see it. It is the manger scene, and I used something else that I'm going to show you in order to make this. Alright, then I did this panel, and this is where I practiced to do that panel, and these are poppies, and there's Peanut, because she wants to be a YouTube star, and I will show you these more closely at the end of the video. This is not perfect, not that anything I've done is perfect, but I have some issues with this, but I'll explain that when I show you what I'm going to show you last. So those are two projects that I finished. I still have to bind that. We had Craft Saturday today, and my mother forgot her pictures, so she didn't have anything to do. So she cut all of my binding to 2.5 inches. So yay, Mom. Okay, I'm going to come around because the big quilt that I want to show you is hanging up, and there's no way you can see it with just me holding it up. Alright, so I'm not sure how well my stabilizing is going to do, but here we go. So this is the whole quilt. This may be the biggest quilt that I've done. So what's special about this quilt is I went to a place in the city in which I live, and it is called Quilted Joy. And they rent long arm machines. So I had pieced this for last Easter. And in order to rent their long arms, you have to take a certification class. So I took the certification class, and this is the design that I quilted using a long arm machine. So I decided I need a long arm because how cool does that look? And I told my husband that's what I wanted for Christmas, and he said, how much are they? And I told him, and he said, yeah, that ain't even gonna happen. So I did some more research, and I found a mid-arm machine, and that was probably half as much. So now we're going to walk through to what I really want to show you. That's probably half as much, and he was still like, yeah, I don't think so. So I kept on researching because, you know, I am very persistent, and I found this. It is a Grace Q-Zone quilt frame, and what it does, what makes it extra special, and here I'll show you the name, and this is their hoop frame. So it takes about 4.5 feet, which, you know, is awesome. It's a small footprint. The really great thing about this is that you can put your own machine on it. And I'm going to show you. So it moves, and I haven't hooked So you place your quilt over the frame right here, and then you quilt what you want to quilt, and you know it moves much like a long arm, but it is my domestic machine, so you know it's not exactly, but it's similar. I have this awesome stitch regulator, and then if I want, eventually I can put pantograms on this right here, and it came with a laser. How awesome is that? That's the laser. So I can trace the pentagram out. I haven't used that yet. So I found it online. I don't think that we have a Grace dealership around here. So I found it online, and it was pricey, but it wasn't as expensive as a mid-arm machine. And then I went to Facebook Marketplace, and there was someone 2 hours away selling this entire unit with the stitch regulator, with the laser, with the machine carriage. And so that weekend we drove up, and this was my Christmas present. And what's even more awesome is it was already put together. So how cool is that? I am very, very excited. Now, when I didn't get to use it until after I'd finished making Christmas presents for other people. But this is my first stitching on it. And that stitch regulator is pretty cool. I mean, it's luckily I had a machine that was compatible with the stitch regulator that was already on it. Now, that worked well. However, I just did the tension on my home machine thinking that I was adjusting the stitch length, so the back, not so good, but I'm just going to hang it up and show the front. But I also had this little issue where I had creasing. So that's why this was my test piece, you know, because of course there's going to be a learning curve that goes with it. So when I made my friend's quilt, I was much more careful, and I knew what I needed to watch for. So no creasing, all pretty on the back. Life is good, thank heavens. She's allergic to cats. I hope she washes it, because this one likes to get all over everything. So I will hang these up, and I will do a still of these two pieces so that you can see them in full. I did bind this one today. Like I said, I still have to bind the other two, but they're so close. And I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for all of my subscribers. I hit 1,000, yay. And I will be back with another video very soon. I also have some exciting news. I'm going to have a sponsored video. How cool is that? I never thought anyone would say, here, we'll give you some products and you demonstrate them and we'll pay for the products. Like, this is really awesome. So my next video will be an unboxing of the items that I got from BB Craft, and I'll put a link and all that information when I do the video. And I think that's it. So I hope everybody had a happy holiday. I hope everyone has a happy new year, although I'll have a video out before the new year. I think that's it. Again, thank you for watching. If you like this video, subscribe or give it a thumbs up. If you like my crafting videos, then subscribe, hit the bell, share, yada yada yada. Everybody have a great day. Thanks. Bye. Alright, so this is my poppy panel, And I have, the frame is 4.5 feet, but you don't really quite get 4.5 feet of quilting space. So the panel is 44 inches wide. So I probably get 40 inches across of quilting space. You know, not bad. And then you just move the quilt. So you can do a quilt as big as you want. You just move the material. So this is an example of my stitching, of my stippling. And I apologize if I'm shaking the camera. So I've got quite a big gap here between the stitching, and that's because I was working on how far I roll up the quilt and all that. But I was very pleased, very pleased. And full disclosure, so here is where I had a little issue with my material puckering. So when I did my second try, I was more aware of the fact that I needed to pull the batting or the backing more snugly. Alright, so this is the quilt that I made for my friend, and instead of doing right sides together and stitching around with some batting and then top stitching, I wanted to do this one a little more specially. I'm having trouble with the English language today. I wanted this one to be more special. So I did it like a quilt. Even though it's a panel, I put it together like a quilt, which means that I had to bind it. And I also wanted to free motion quilt it, so that's another reason that I put it together like a quilt. So this one, I made sure that I pulled the backing. There's nothing really special about this quilting. You can see all my mistakes. So here I went along the side and I did the stars. But because I wanted the lines to go up and down, I couldn't go all the way down because this panel is 44 inches, which made it too long for me to make one full pass. So I kind of had to join at the ends. And I see here I've got a jump stitch. So I could only go so far, and then I would hop over to the other side, do my line, and then later move the quilt and come back and join these lines. And I need to make sure that I cut that. So it's, you know, a work of love. It is not perfect, but I think that she will really like it. And the back, and this is the binding. I like the binding. And then the back is the manger scene. So I'm going to give it to her. Also, again, I had a little issue right here. So whereas this star shouldn't really be there, it's there. It's an extra special star just for my friend. So there you go. All of my quilting progress. Thank you for watching. Y'all have a great day.